Hey everyone. So this week our reading on chapter 3 was about multicultural competence, which is a really important topic when we as counselors are going to be working with many different people in many different settings across our career. We have to be able to put aside our own personal beliefs and separate those from the beliefs of our client and be able to really reach out and show genuineness and empathy to them by being skilled in multicultural knowledge and different tools. So one of the questions we were asked this week is, how does our family origin view seeking mental health services? For me, I come from a family, a very traditional family, where we live in the country, a rural area, so we didn't see a lot of mental illness or mental sickness, and if we did, it wasn't really recognized as a mental illness. So whenever we heard anyone going to seek mental sickness help, it was kind of normally they had done something bad. They had gotten in trouble, and in the process of that, in the judicial system and that stuff, they found out there were issues going on that were linked to cognitive abilities or something else going on that the person needed help with. For me, my family, if they believed that there was any kind of mental issue going on, they would want me to seek help. There is this kind of underlying stereotype that people that seek mental illness help from different health facilities have some kind of problem going on that is some kind of impairment. But the truth is, my family and a lot of the people that I grew up with see it as, we all have things that we struggle with on different levels. It's better to go get the help that you need, no matter what kind of help it is, in order for you to function the best way that you can. Culturally, I'm, of course, a normal American guy. I am Caucasian, a white male. So I am a part of the group that is often stereotyped, which is very difficult for me going into this profession because I feel like there are so many people out there that automatically assume white men are this, white men do this. And I feel like I don't fit many of those stereotypes. I feel like I am a very caring individual. I'm an individual that wants equality for all people, no matter what skin color they are, no matter what their sex is, or no matter what society's gender roles are. As a white male, I'm saying that it is important that all people receive the help that they need and that all people be viewed as equal, that we all reach out and help one another. The media is really big, though, however, about shaping our view of mental health services. You see movies all the time or TV shows where someone goes through something, they have a mental breakdown, some kind of illness, and it's hush hush, and they're just shipped off somewhere where they're magically cured, and then they come back. And that's how I feel a lot of people view mental health rehabilitation. That you just send someone off somewhere, they spend some time there like a vacation, and then everything's magically better. You see that over and over. Or you see times where you have TV shows, videos, anything like that. People will go somewhere to get help, and it's very routine, very set in stone. Your problems are much more reduced than everyone else's. When the truth is that there may be special tools that you need to get better, and that your situation might be different from someone else's. So I feel like media shows us that the process of mental health rehabilitation is much easier than it actually is, and that it's much easily accessible than it actually is. Beliefs that I have that could shape my practice, that I'm going to have to learn to work on, and is really conflicting, is my spiritual being. I'm a very strong Christian. I grew up a Christian. I went to a Christian university for my undergrad, and I like to think that I live a Christian lifestyle all the time. But I also know that I'm not going to have clients that I can just say, well, do you remember when David overcome this in the Bible? Or, Jesus said this then. Although I can't explicitly say those things, I do think there are certain attributes of Christianity, such as love and serving others, that we can definitely apply to our practice. It's just finding that fine line between knowledge, action, and knowing how much self-disclosure and how much self-input you put into your actual practice. Another belief that I have about my practice is I do come from a very traditional home. I come from a very traditional community. We do believe, it's not necessarily we believe certain things, but all we've known growing up is men do this, women do this. So it might not be a challenge, but it just might be something new hearing from a client where their perspective is totally different. And those are things that I'm really going to have to learn to sit, really take in what someone is saying, listen to them, and kind of, not necessarily push my beliefs away, because I'm not going to change that I'm a Christian, and I'm not going to change, I can't change that I'm a male. But what I can do is I can listen to someone else's viewpoint that is different from me and figure out how I can incorporate their views into a practice. So being a multicultural counselor is really important. Honestly, you won't succeed in the profession if you don't have knowledge about many different cultures and how those cultures need specific attention. And that's one of the things that I'm really intrigued about the counseling profession, and one of the things that I see more through my practicum and internship experiences that really makes me like the profession even more.